must be wondering which team, Delhi or Ahmedabad, will make it to the finals. Well, I will decide that. You might also be wondering who I am. I am the hard work. I am the dedication. I am the RuPay PVL man. I guided Calicut to the finals because they are hardworking and dedicated. Today, whoever plays like a hero, I'll make them fly with me. With super serves and unstoppable spikes, I'll guide them to victory. So, brace yourselves for an epic superhero showdown as the true heroes rise. Fueled by determination and hard work, ready to write their names with Calicut in the finals. You guys thought I disappeared. I'm right here. We'll see you soon. Until then, enjoy the Eliminator.
Superheroes assemble. This is a clash that will see one team break their hearts, the other team goes on to the summit clash. The defending champions now just 2 steps away from repeating their title-winning feat from last year, and they're up against the Delhi Toofans. This is the Eliminator. It is going to be a tense Tuesday evening as we see these two teams ready for battle in what we call the Eliminator. The defending champions up against the newest baby in this league, the Delhi Toofans, who have put on a Toofani show. The Ahmedabad defenders have somehow managed to reach this clash despite having their struggles. I don't struggle in the studio because I've got 2 of my best friends in the volleyball world, Louis and Key Michael alongside. There's a different kind of energy in the air tonight. Now, Ahmedabad against Delhi. Did we ever imagine that we'd see the defending champions up against the newest side in the league? This is a dream contest, is it not?
Dream is probably an understatement, I would say, between these two teams. I'd say in the beginning, when we looked at Ahmedabad, absolutely. They're defending champions. They were in the Club World Champs recently, brought in some foreigners to rectify the ranks. But Delhi, complete surprise until they beat Bengaluru 3-0, went on that winning streak, and then we were off to the races. They were absolutely a shoo-in.
Yeah, 2 teams, 2 completely different stories to get here. We were so impressed with the defenders over the first 3 matches, 3 3-0 wins, and then it sort of went a little bit downhill from there, but they've resurrected it. They put in a great performance last time against Calicut and Delhi. We said in that first game, 3-2 they lost to Mumbai, that their best was still to come. But to get here is really impressive. It's
a pity, though, that one team has to go home tonight and their campaign ends. It's a sad one, is it not?
It's sport.
That it is. The Delhi Toofans, well, they arrived at this league and really hit the ground running. They've set the stage on fire. At one stage, they had 7 wins in a row. However, Louis, in the last 2 games, they've sort of plateaued a little bit. They seem to have lost their mojo. But come the big game, do big teams press the reset button? And do you say that happening with Delhi tonight?
Yeah, I think they do. I think my initial gut feeling is that they bounce back from 2 straight losses. Yes, they look really tired against Mumbai, and I have to say, I was really, really shocked. But Santosh still stood out with 14 points at almost 30% efficiency. Well, the laser man that we call him, Laser Dodic, he's lost his efficiency a little bit, but so has Aponza. But all I think they needed was a day off yesterday, a day without having to play, and I think they'll bounce back. I had questions of maybe some overtraining. Have they been pushing too hard? Have they peaked too early? But I think they'll come back tonight.
And I think one of their problems in that match was a lot of errors. And remember that 3-2 loss against Mumbai, 32 errors they had. So those are starting to creep back in. I hope they've had some time off. I did ask the coach if they trained yesterday. He said they did. So I don't know. Hopefully they got some sleep around those trainings.
That was our big concern, wasn't it? Because the body language didn't quite seem there.
Yep.
It was a huge game for them to win the Super Fives. And it just seemed like they were a little bit off in a game that they couldn't afford to be a little bit off in.
Right, surely Ahmedabad would have done a certain SWOT analysis of the Delhi Toofans. We do the same as well here on the show, thanks to our lovely experts. Now, Delhi, 2 wins and 2 losses in the Super Fives. In the last 2 games, have you noticed any big chinks in their armor that can cost them and that Ahmedabad can capitalize on?
Well, one of the things you touched on there, Louis, were the foreigners, and they were fantastic all season long. I mean, we've been talking about Aponza, top blocker. We've been talking about Dodic, one of the best servers. However, in that last match, 0 blocks for Aponza, 5 missed serves for Dodic. So yes, they have a really well-balanced team, which is what we've loved about them. But when that balance starts to be off and those really important parts do not come to the forefront, they're looking like a totally different team.
And especially today, they had no service points against Mumbai.
Yeah.
And that's a huge thing for them because we've seen Ahmedabad against teams with a lot of service pressure, Torpedoes, Mumbai, they struggle. But if you don't serve well and you give them the chance to pass, they're very dangerous with Muthu Sami.
Well, Ahmedabad, on the other hand, they came into this league as defending champions in the first half. They looked like the most improved side, and we thought, wow, they've taken this league to the next level. They've taken their performance to the next level as well. Now, Angamuthu has had a story which has two halves. In the last 4 games, he's been on fire, and then for the captain, Muthusami Appavu, that augurs really well.
Oh, they are fantastic together. That was one of the highlights for me in the last season, that Muthu-Angamuthu connection, which you talked to right there. They did not have that in the beginning of this season. However, it's been back in form. 19 points versus Calicut, a couple days ago. 21 points against Delhi, where he was the man of the match. My question is it going to be enough? He now has 131 points in the league. I spoke to the coach beforehand and said, look, Max Seneca's not getting a lot of ball anymore. Is that strategy? And he said, yeah, we're just giving that ball straight back to Angamuthu because he's going to do what he does.
Yes, last 4 games, 65 points is what he's added to his tally, and he's at about 131 total points now. No Nanda Gopal means that this guy has to raise his game even further.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and we've seen that. But then I asked questions of the offense previously. When we've looked at this balanced offense, it looks incredible. Then they go off the boil a little bit. And then you have Angamuthu stepping up and scoring double figures again like we saw last year. Expect him to see a lot of the ball this evening and expect him to be in the game in the block. I think that's going to be a very important thing for him this evening, is to block well and serve well.
Shikhar has come to the party as well. A new star was discovered in the halfway stage of the league. No Manoj then. We saw a bit of Manoj in that last game, but Shikhar seems to be their go-to blocker. Is that a refreshing sight for Ahmedabad?
I think it's great for the future, isn't it? I mean, you've got Manoj there. You also have Ilya Baral, who's, I think, unfortunately, he's injured. But you need a different dynamic in your block. And I feel like Manoj and Ilya Baral are both good, aggressive, scoring middles. But what we're seeing from Shikhar here is his ability to get across and double stack. So have 2 blockers on each wing. And because of that, I mean, he didn't play in the first 5 games. He's only just started playing on game 6. And he's got 54 blocks, 17 kill blocks, which is phenomenal.
What I like about him as well is 17 rebounds. That's a number we talk about a lot as well. And if you look at someone like Aponza has 27, but again, Shikhar having not played a lot, he's getting those touches, allowing his team to continue playing. So it's not always just those big stuff blocks. He's kind of an all-around middle.
Yes, second best blocker on the list so far, and Ahmedabad will hope that he gets more than 1 game, maybe another one on Thursday. That's what Ahmedabad is hoping for, and the name Shikhar means the peak, the pinnacle. That's what Ahmedabad are aiming at. Now, Max Seneca is a very key element in this Ahmedabad defenders lineup. Are the errors bothering him in the serve? Is that an area of concern? Because his serve has to come good tonight. They have nowhere else to go if he doesn't serve well.
Well, he's one of the few players that has had some Indian Oil super serves. He, Angamuthu, and Nanda, who we mentioned earlier, who's not going to be here today. So it's really important that Max add to his service numbers. He's had 5 aces. I think he's more of a defensive player for me. He's second in digs. He reminds me of a role like someone like Perotto for Calicut. However, if he's aggressive from the service line, that can be a really important feature here for this match.
Yeah, I think he needs to be aggressive this evening. Without Nanda, you have to think about where are they going to score their points against a very good Delhi side. And I think him upping the service pressure is one way. But again, against Calicut, we saw him take a little bit of heat off the serves just to try and keep it sort of condensed, compact, and Calicut made a lot of errors because of it.
Plethora of stars on offer in this Eliminator tonight. It's Delhi versus Ahmedabad, and in case you haven't downloaded the Fantasy Akhada app, what are you waiting for? Download now. Get your teams ready, and I'll make life easier for you with a couple of recommendations from Louis and Key. Now, before I go to your matchups, key matchups to look at, Saklane versus Muthusami Appavu. Who's better in one word?
That was going to be my matchup. I don't think you can say it in one word, but Muthu, I think, gives a lot of balance. Saklane, I think, has the luxury of having a backup in Janshad, so if he's not having a great day, he doesn't have the pressure that he has to perform. But I love the way Muthu sets.
Muthu.
Okay.
I like that. I like that. One setter is worth 2. Now give me your key matchups. Don't say Saklane versus Muthu. Give me another one.
Oh, you better go first then, because I'm going to have to think about another one.
Oh, I'm going to go Aponza up against the 2 middles from Ahmedabad. I'm not going to pick one, but I think how they deal with Aponza is going to be huge.
Okay. I'm going to go Angamutu and Dodic. Those two opposites. You know Angamutu is going to be scoring points. However, Dodic, I thought, has been so good in the last few matches. Or not the very last match, but he's been going like this over the season. I think if he peaks now, perfection for Delhi.
Peach of a game coming up on this show. A peach, a blue, and a peach. You guys and girls won't be feeling the blues because we have a big game coming up. We have these colors thanks to Indian Terrain, our wardrobe sponsors. This is the Eliminator. Who plays Calicut in the finals? Will it be Delhi or Ahmedabad? We'll find out. Live action coming up on the other side. Stay tuned.
Oh, it's a big one. It's the RuPay Prime Volleyball League Eliminator between the newest team, the Delhi Toofans, and the league's most prestigious team in the Ahmedabad Defenders, the reigning champions and the winners from last year, the runners-up from season 1. Well, these teams meet each other due to the fact that they were second and third in the Super Fives, and it's going to be one you don't want to miss. The winner plays against Calicut the day after tomorrow here in Chennai.
The Calicut heroes wait with bated breath, and so do we, to find out who will face them in the final of the RuPay Prime Volleyball League powered by A23, because it is time for the Eliminator to begin between the Delhi Toofans and the Ahmedabad Defenders. Making their way in first is a team that completed a turnaround and fortunes to sneak their way into this stage. They are the defending champions. Please welcome the Ahmedabad Defenders!
The reigning champs missing one of their star men, watching Nanda, the second best server in the competition, out with an ACL injury, but that hasn't defined their season or their spirits. A magical victory against the Calicut heroes 2 evenings ago meant that they qualified for this Eliminator match, and Angamutu is the man on form. The opposite star from last year is stepping up again alongside Mutu Sami in your picture, the captain of the team. Max Seneca, Australian, will play on the outside, you would think, and it's interesting to see if Ilya Barao is fit after injuring an ankle in that Calicut game. They'll have to be at their best this evening.
The newest faces in the league scripted history when they won 7 matches on the trot. but their last two outings have sown a few seeds of doubt. Here to dispel them, please welcome the Delhi Toofans!
Well, here they come, the Delhi Toofans. They went 6-2 in the group stage, 2-2 in the Super Fives, and they are now 1 win and 1 loss against their opponent. They were relatively flat against Mumbai recently, but however, they have a lot more in the tank. No service points the last time out. A lot of errors and those kind of things coming to bite them now that they have to play this elimination match when they had a chance to go top of the table. Captain Saklane will be leading the way. However, Anand with the energy, Aponza with the blocks, Dodic with the laser serves. Will it be enough against the defending champions today?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we request everyone to kindly rise for the Indian national anthem. இந்திய நாட்டின் தேசிய கீதத்திற்காக அனைவரும் எழுந்து நிற்குமாறு கேட்டுக்கொள்ளப்படுகிறீர்கள்.
हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जल वितरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे
It's the Eliminator. Winner goes through to the finals for a date with the Calicut heroes. Loser looks back with a bit of regret, some remorse, and looks for hope for the seasons ahead. But it all has to come together tonight for the Ahmedabad defenders and the Delhi Toofans. It's the defending champions Ahmedabad who are still searching for the mojo they had at the start of the league. Delhi, have they lost their way a little bit? They've lost their last two. Ahmedabad have won the toss and chosen a side. Which side will Lady Luck smile on? That's the big question. The two captains looking focused as ever. Muthusamy Appavu and Saklane Tariq. Here's a look at Saklane Tariq's lineup for this big eliminator.
Well, it looks pretty similar to what we've seen over and over again from this team. Ayush through the middle, Saklane on the set, and Santosh, one of the top scorers of the league, is there on the outside hitting spot. The laser, Dodic, the Serbian sniper on the opposite, will be big tonight in his matchup against Angamutu. Amal filling in that spot for Anu James, and Daniel Aponza, the blocking machine, the dancing devil in the middle as well. There he is, Manoj Nair, the head coach of this side. Always looks calm. He says he's really focused on his team, being a team and teamwork first and foremost. So looking at 82% right now, the head coach. We have the heart rate monitor, and that is the best part about this match. Surely we'll be able to see something fun. Saklane Tariq's father there, watching on in the stands.
Well, they're up against the reigning champions, Angamutu, the fourth top scorer in this competition, 14 behind Jerome Venith. And the big news is that Manoj starts in the middle in front of Ilya Barao. But the other big news is that Sean Tijon, one of the big stars of Season 1 who missed Season 2 and the league victory, is back in the starting lineup because of the injury to Nanda. Muthusamy obviously keeps his place, as does Max Seneca. Yes, they have a couple of injuries, but I think they have good replacements to cause Delhi some issues this evening. Sean Tijon is still the big news, 9 points and 8 points against Kochi, 9 against the Calicut heroes, as Dragan Mihailovic from Serbia is on the side. Very calm before this game in our conversations. Maybe not as calm though. Sajid Hussain Malik, 114. And yeah, maybe the heat is on the assistant coach as well as the head coach.
Mullah Ilya Shamim, the first referee for this high pressure eliminator. All of us are feeling the heat, the pressure. The heaviness in the air. Dayanidhi, the second referee on the other side, stands tall and he will face a bit of heat from either sides from those two coaches. Watch out for Dragan's eyes.
We're always watching.
It's the Eliminator. One team goes through to the finals. Ahmedabad on your right. And it's a team from the capital city, the Delhi Toofans, on your left. Just seconds away from the start of what will give us the second finalist to face Calicut on Thursday night. Here we go.
Going to be a fantastic game as Manoj comes in as a replacement to Ilya Barao, but it's straight through the middle. Daniel Aponza, and he was quiet in the previous game, and that is a sign from Saklain Tariq that he's trying to give Aponza the ball early on.
Yep, that's the first piece of bad news for Ahmedabad straight away. Once Aponza gets going, he's a different beast, is he not?
Yeah, he's hugely influential in this match, or he will be. Oh, hang on a sec. Delhi back at it with an ace serve, an Indian oil super serve on the end line, crushing the dreams of Ahmedabad, hoping to have a good start.
In big games, momentum is a very big thing, and Delhi have just taken the momentum with an Indian oil super serve.
That is a flying start from the Delhi Toofans to this Eliminator. Surely Calicut Heroes watching with bated breath as well. Who would they like to face in the finals? I'd say tough to say. It's a tough call. Both teams on their nights are very, very tricky face.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it's tough because they've just lost to the defenders, so they probably wouldn't want to play them straight away again, having lost to them, but Delhi would be a very tough matchup for them. I also think, looking at the stats for this game today, that Delhi's percentages are better in attacking and passing, and the defenders are better in serving and blocking. So that is going to be a real big matchup in this game, is whether Delhi can up their serving and blocking, and in turn, the defenders can up their attacking.
They are upping their attacking on both sides, and Seneca gets involved there on the Ahmedabad side. He was quiet in the last match, only 5 sets he got, and I just wonder if Mutu was playing a little game of cat and mouse here. Now we'll get him involved again in the offense when there's no blockers going to be paying attention to him. RuPay, contactless shot that time from Starboy.
So what's happened so far? Aponza got going. Max Seneca has his first taste of happiness. That gets the Aussie going as well. The question though is, will he serve well? Poor reception. Slightly off the net. I suppose that disturbed the man who was receiving the serve. Santosh, the man, is that going to sow the seeds of doubt in his head? Santosh, he's very key to Delhi's offensive plans.
Yeah, he really is, and he's been targeted a lot in the past. And in that last game against Mumbai, his passing stats just sort of declined a little bit. But this evening they need a huge performance from him.
He can be one of the best, he can be one of the worst, similar to Shanti John on the other side, so I have no doubt that both teams are going to be targeting those two players in reception. Seneca drops one right over the block. Dodic going for it into the block, that's covered. Excellent work in the defense. Going again. Angamutu, can he get it done? And he can indeed. Angamutu, fire him up, why don't you? Angamutu, one of the top scorers in the last matchup, will certainly be one of the big ones again here. It's an A23 super bite. How about that from Dodic with the foot? Sends it back out to the opposite, and he just doesn't have a struggle there against Santosh. He's testing the block early, wants to know if those hands are really prepared to stop him.
Very early in the first set. A lot of big boxes are being ticked by both sides. Nothing less than a 5-setter will do. Dodic gets into the act. Right on the money. That is an incredible swing from the Serbian sniper.
Bit of pressure on Dodic tonight, I think, because Ahmedabad are the better blocking team. He loves going up against those two blockers. We've seen it, and he said it himself in the commentary box. But in these situations, he's worth his weight in gold of just turning the ball late past Seneca. I think the block of Ahmedabad is a huge deal this evening for Delhi, and something they have to worry about.
Ponza puts one in. Angamutu now on the outside. Not a weak zone. Oh, excellent dig. Mutu keeps it in play. Here comes Shanti from the backcourt, but the net getting in the way of his dreams.
Just like the sun is eclipsed at times. The blockers came in the way, perhaps disturbed his line of attack, and he ends up hitting it into the net.
Yeah, I just think he made a high-risk play on a high-risk set that travelled a long way to get to him. Maybe a tip or something to position one would have served him slightly easier there.
Seneca this time from the right front. It goes down the line, but then well, that was hit slightly outside. The idea was good though.
Yeah, Mutu's going a lot more to Seneca today. We talked about their connection being off in recent matches where he was trying to speed the ball to him and it just wasn't there. That one looking similar as well, kind of passing his trajectory.
What surprises me is that we thought it was all going to go through Angamutu and it hasn't, so maybe that's the fifth gear. But also in those early games where they were so dominant against the likes of Hyderabad and Kochi, he would set Seneca for maybe 5 times in a row and then not go near him again, Mutu. So maybe we're seeing something different. Hey, worry about this guy, worry about this guy, and then flip it to somebody else.
I suppose the idea today or tonight for Ahmedabad is that Muthuswamy Appa will mix it up intelligently. If his setting plan becomes predictable, I think Delhi Toofans will be all over them. What's the conversation like between Dragar and the team? The eyes say enough.
Well, here's a look at the A23 top 5 spikers. Who do we think might be winning this award? Jerome right there at the top. Santosh creeping up on him. But of course, Calicut have another matchup to come. Angamutu in the mix as well. All those Mumbai players out of it.
Jerome might have had more had Calicut not taken him off the other night. I wonder why.
Well, certainly wanted to rest their top player before a big match.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, you have to rest your big guns, give an extra night off. He's had such a fabulous season, hasn't he? But he deserves his rest with the Calicut heroes already through. But this guy also has had a great season. Oh, off the top of the net band. Luckily, and I say luckily, the defenders got a touch on that one and saved a certain Indian Oil super serve. It's one-way traffic now. Delhi are well in charge at 8-4, and it's time for us to have a quick break.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we like our super contest. The contest of the Asli support of the day. I think the Panadilla Romasunkola, Inge, photos, videos, Unga social media, it is Facebook, Instagram, X, and post on three. Post for the moment, break.
There's a replay of that super serve from Aponza, just dribbling off the net, and a bit of luck there from Ahmedabad to keep it off the floor, save themselves 1 point. But it is a good sign for the Delhi Toofans at an 8-4 lead right now. Aponza showing up to the party. He was one of our question marks before the match. So far, so good.
Ponza to Srikanth, poor reception. Muthuswamy for Angamutu. Gets one more in the bag. He seems relaxed. The arm swing tells you enough about what zone he is in tonight.
Yeah, it certainly does, doesn't it? Nice, relaxed, smooth. You're 100% on the money there. My worry is a little bit about Srikanth here. He's been struggling for a bit of confidence over the past couple of games. Teams have targeted him, and although that wasn't a bad play for Ahmedabad, it certainly wasn't them in rhythm or in system.
Seneca from the service line. Through the middle, that's defended well. Mutsu pushing it outside to Shanti John, who gets one through the block.
You know, big teams have a certain calmness about them. And I think Ahmedabad in the last couple of points have shown that they are rattled by the lead that Delhi had at the halfway mark. Such a well-controlled shot, more precision than power from Shanti John. Knew exactly where to go and how much power to generate on that spike.
Correct.
Beautifully done.
And if you think about his journey to get to this point, one of the star players in that first season, he would have had his fair share of doubts with that ankle injury last year. And then he would have had to have watched his team play in the World Club Championships, wishing he was here, or wishing he was in India playing in that. And now this evening he has his chance to really produce for his team and to send them to the final.
Trump was troubled by some calf trouble, I think, at the start of season 3. And every time I'd see him when we enter the stadium, he would be with the team warming up slightly gingerly, and every time I'd ask him when are you getting into the thick of things, and he'd just say soon. So there was always this hope in his head, in his heart, that he'd soon be in action, and tonight his team needs him. Because there is no Nanda Gopal. So Shanti John has to come to the party. Beautifully hit that one to take the lead to 4 for Delhi.
I'm looking back at this serve though. Look at that just pumping off the chest of Seneca. I think Ahmedabad do well to keep that in play, but that was an A23 super spike that is just proving that Delhi have a lot going for them in power today.
It's a great shot, isn't it, when the camera spins around the back, because you can see from Dodic that had spin on it, but not too much, and maybe a little bit of a heavy float on it too.
Amal Thomas, that spiker. Ronaldo, laser Dodic, set to serve. Delhi lead by 4 in this eliminator. Srikanth keeps it in play. Muthu the second shot set, boom. Shikhar gets into the act as well. The Muthu-Shikhar combo is sadly underrated. We've not talked about that much, have we?
I feel like we've talked about him. In the block, we've been more talking about him there, but I think he's been doing such a great job to step into that role. And in fact, today we're going to see him in combination with Manoj, which we haven't really seen this season because of that injury to Ilya Barao. I wonder if that might be a blessing in disguise. I think those two are very good middles.
I kind of like the combination they started with tonight. Manoj and Shikhar both in the lineup to start things. Shikhar Singh is an important element, but then Sakhlin sets up for Ayush Kasnia. Gives Delhi another point.
And there's that block we're talking about from Manoj. Although Ahmedabad asking for a review because it's called out. That's a quick and early review.
Yeah, let's have another look, shall we? I think they might be onto something here, the defenders. Manoj was sure that was in. He turned around to his team and looked pretty positive to me. What doesn't look positive is Dragan with a paddle in his hand.
Remember, 2 unsuccessful reviews allowed per team. Only 2.
Which is great, because in effect, you just have infinite number of reviews until you get them wrong.
Oh, that's close. That is very close. Yep.
Oh, that's a great review. Good work by Muthu. He was the one that I saw go directly over to Dragan.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? The coach really takes a read off of the players. The players come over and say, "Coach, that was in." Usually the coaches call the reviews and they work out. Great challenge from Dragan Mihailovic. I wonder how the ticker's going in there. This heart monitor tracing, something else, isn't it?
It's so fun. That's just one more element to the game that we can't see from up here.
Delhi looking very good in the first set. Dodic can't get it going. Shanti John from a certain distance goes too far with that shot.
Yeah, I agree with Dodic not quite getting that swing going. On the other hand, though, how many times this season has he got teams into that situation where they're setting from 8 or 9 meters off the net, and in turn it sort of forces the error from Shanti John. And I think that's been one of his biggest points in this team, is not always his kills, but his continuation play.
3-point the lead for Delhi. Ahmedabad are chasing, and therefore they've called for the SBI super point, which is worth 2. Here we go then. The first of the eliminator. Well-controlled serve straight to Srikanth. The poor-looking second touch from Angamuttu will allow Delhi a chance to spike. Will they? Yes, they will, and well enough. Anand is pumped up. The little genius.
What a play. What a play from Delhi. Now this is an SBI super point called by Ahmedabad. So all the pressure was on Delhi to do something here. They did so with a strong serve and then converting to that pipe, which we talk about all the time being that fourth element, that another layer to the offense.
I tell you what, we talk about Dragan Mihailovic's eyes. You want to see the eyes on Mutu Sami looking towards Srikanth after that ball.
Oh, just long. Ahmedabad would have had their hearts in their mouth, because if that had landed on the line, it would have been a done deal in the first set. It's 13-9 for now, a 4-point lead. The super point has already been taken and lost. 13-9.
Did everyone just see the calmest man on the planet, Manoj Nair, just telling everybody else to calm down around him?
Great serve. Are the blockers ready? There's enough protection. Seneca has to keep it in play. Shanti John can't spike from there. Doric, shot set, bang. 4 set points. This is looking very easy for Delhi so far. Wake up Ahmedabad. This is the eliminator, guys.
What Delhi are doing so well are the little things. So right there you saw them put that ball on Angamuttu. He's no longer a threat. They've completely nulled his offense. And then it's a big swing through the middle. The contact and the connection between Saklan and Ayush looking really good.
Set point. All right then, one almost saved. Block. Delhi will keep coming hard. Srikanth does well to recycle it. Angamuttu. Oh, great defense. From behind the 3-meter line. Santosh slams it. That's a bazooka. That's a bazinga. Boom, boom, skaboom. First set to the Delhi Toofans.
Well, I don't know how we can follow that, Manish, but look at that defense from Dodic. When we talk about a team that's balanced, that's what we mean. An opposite playing defense and getting that ball into play, and that's why you see huge score lines like 15-9. It's 1-0 to Delhi. Come back, it is the eliminator match.
The opening set of the Eliminator goes away at the Delhi. Toofans, 5 successful spikes each. Good service pressure. They put the defenders under the pump at times from the back line, and that has caused some unforced errors.
Yeah, that's the stat that I'm looking at as well. Only 2 for Delhi, so they've been clinical with everything they've done. They've done it with precision. If you want to head over to Volleyball World and get all those stats, you can do that.
Now, Louis, for exactly 10 seconds, not more, just 10 seconds, wear your imaginary coach's hat and tell me what Dragan would have or should have said to his team at the end of that set.
I would be working on the reception unit and then trying to get the middle in a little bit more early on, and then trying to release Angamuti, but they're struggling to get the ball to Angamuti anyway because the pass isn't quite there.
How about they take the lever off?
It must have crossed his mind a little bit because he's been the target, but not just this game, but for a few others. Does he get the ball now? They're going after him, but this time it's out from Saklane Tariq.
I think at some stage, if that area doesn't see a solution, he will have to take the lever off. Perhaps put his defense at risk and work on that reception for his offense to come into the play.
Yeah, his defense has been very good. That touch at the back end of the last set was on the money, wasn't it? Saklane Tariq went up on 2 and Shrikant made the dig. I'm interested to know where they're serving. Anand's taking a little bit more court. We haven't spoken much about him this evening, have we, Manish?
Yeah, we haven't, but he's been busy. He's been jumping all over the place. Once again, Dodic gets the point because I think there was a net error by I wonder who.
Well, someone from Ahmedabad went fishing. They're going up with 3. That's something they were doing early on in the season. I think it is Angamuti's arm just there at the bottom, his knee or his arm, or some portion of his body, his long body.
Another powerful serve straight at Shrikant. That's becoming predictable as well. But what a spike! Oh, it's been defended. That's the might of the Delhi Toofans. You cannot rest easy. You blink and they will come hard at you. They will punish you, the Delhi Toofans. Wow.
Yeah, remember Santosh was released from the defenders after winning the title with them last year. I'd say he's got a point to prove this evening. But the thing that I absolutely love about Santosh is in these situations where they're vulnerable, their backs are against the wall. He hit the previous one off the top of the block and scored. This one he hits one out of system. The reason why he's up the top of the scoring rankings is he doesn't just put the good sets away. He puts away the sets from off the net. He's the best out of system hitter in this league, I think.
He's taken a bit of risk there as well. There's no blockers up on him. However, because he's at the 3-meter line, that's why. Well, we need to know what exactly Ahmedabad wants to review here.
I think they want a 4-touch review, and they're not allowed to. There you go, the 4 on your picture there from Dragan Mihailovic, I think, told us that story. Oh. Okay, was there a touch on the way through?
Yep. There was a 4-touch. Anyhow. So they often say, law and justice, not the same thing.
That's absolutely blockbuster from Santosh though, because Muchi's thinking about setting the ball, thinking that ball was coming back soft, and left position 1 open.
You know, if I were Ahmedabad, I wouldn't sweat too much about this. These things happen. You can't live in the past. Move on. Clean slate. Forget about the first set. Forget about that going against you. You've got to move on and focus on what's coming up next. And Muthu was counting those touches. How's that for Captain Mastermind? Well, justice has been done.
Yeah, I agree. Amel Thomas, for me, has gone very quietly about his business this season, but been a credit to Delhi. Although his passing stats sort of went off the boil in the last game as well, which is unlike him. Passing and serving guru.
Remember that Delhi only had 2 errors in that last set. They've already given up more than that so far in this one. I think every point that Ahmedabad has right now is from an error on Delhi, but that one is not going anywhere. Dodic back in top form already tonight.
Well, there's been a net touch called against Aponza. Aponza is saying, no way, Jose. I did not touch that net. So they've gone straight off to Manoj Nair. And he's got the paddle out.
So I believe Delhi has taken a review, as that call was, it did go Ahmedabad's way. I didn't even see a Ponce in the mix there. I was too busy looking at the attack.
As
a reminder, you get 2 reviews, unsuccessful. You can take as many as you want up until then. Dodic himself didn't see what was going on. He's walking around to his teammates. Guys, what's being questioned here? Thought I got that kill, fair and square. Well, he's someone I'd like to see get more and more involved in the match. I think we mentioned it, him being one of those key elements to the balance of this team, which was way off in the last match. He and Aponza already starting off better.
It's not off today, is it? I mean, I think they've upped their service game 3 or 4 levels since that loss to Mumbai, and because of that, Ahmedabad are struggling like they have done all season against the tough serving teams. Aponza, did you touch the net, fella? I mean, you tried to, didn't you? I don't know if you did. Wow. I don't think there's a net touch. The question might be whether his whole foot crossed the line.
I think he might be clean there. And the rule is you have to put your whole foot over the line. It's still on the line. Both his feet are still touching the line.
His right foot?
I think it's still on the line.
His right foot, did it go across? The whole of it?
If you look, it's so hard to tell there.
What if his heel is in the air and not in contact with the line? What happens then?
That's a great question. I mean, I've only ever seen it where the entire foot has to go over, and
There.
Yeah,
It looks out.
I'm trying to draw an imaginary line to see if his heel would be touching it, but his other foot's in the way, so it's hard to tell.
I think it's going to be inconclusive. I think that'll be the ball.
He might have clipped the net with his back, though, as he's gone under. Also, did he interfere with the play is another question.
That is a hell of a review. That goes in Delhi's favor. Right, they're up 1 set, and in the second one, they are looking relentless. They've just come into this eliminator more switched on. Ahmedabad still searching, still looking a bit lost. And Srikanth's feeling the heat for sure. You see, there's just no rhythm. Their reception, their setting, and it's looking like a practice session for the Delhi Toofans. Rare error there from Santosh, puts his hand up and apologizes.
Yeah, that's a bit sloppy all round from Delhi, as there wasn't much heat on that ball. And the set to the outside is just way too tight. There's nothing Santosh can really do. Interesting though, Calicut is still struggling with the pass, and the serve-pass battle in this game is so key, and Delhi are winning that. Serving better, passing better.
Who would you get if you had to take the libero out? Who comes in for you?
He's playing on the other side of the net, maybe.
Yeah, you wouldn't really take the libero off the court because you need him to step in for the middle blocker. You're not going to leave the middle blocker around that whole backcourt.
I took that question as if, who would I get if I had a choice of anybody in the world? My bad. You'd have a second libero for sure, but there we go. Straight back to the middle. Delhi are back in business. A sloppy bit of work last time out. But Ayush in the game. It's a free ball again. How many times are we going to see the defenders in those sorts of situations where they just can't put the opposition under pressure? RuPay contact the shot.
Another point is that ball going straight in the middle of the court. Not even a difficult spot. When Delhi are putting tips, they're putting them on Angamutu. They're getting a player out of the game.
That's another point that Dodic will have to sort of work on very quickly. The margin for error in matches like these is very little to nothing. It's the eliminator. If you allow Ahmedabad the foot in the door, and if they get going, well, you will only have yourself to blame. So need to cut down on those errors. Angamutu, big serve, straight to Amal. Shot set, the blockers were there! That is a dogged defense at work for the Ahmedabad defenders. Manoj a part of that trio. Ooh.
Yeah, we've said this before with other setters in the league. As soon as you start to try and set the middle from there, It's very difficult to find them, but it's very difficult for Ayush to go anywhere but straight down Six's throat, and Manoj is going to take that all day long.
Once again, they're going straight to Amal. Sakleen with the set. Santosh wasn't in a position to come up with that kill. Smart move from Muthuswamy Appu. Ball still in play. Dorich has been blocked. Man-mountain Manoj makes his presence felt. That power they call Manoj brings down that attack from Laser Dorich.
There he is. He's back. He hasn't had a lot of playtime in the recent games, but that is why he was so impressive last year. Instrumental in this win, in the defenders' win last year.
Yeah, huge player for them, especially with Daniel Motazedi, two different middles running things for them. But this is all about the angle man serving, if you ask me. He's gone back and he served two real good serves. Delhi under pressure from there. And we've got another review.
All right, so what's this one for here? Net touch, I believe, on Manoj and company. Do we see a little wiggle there? Maybe on the way down?
Nope, not before the ball landed. Looks good to me from here.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Okay, slightly better angle that. We don't know when the ball landed. Was there a touch anyway? I don't think there was any. No.
I don't think there was a touch at all. I think that was a great block, excellent close by Manoj. He's taken away the angle that Dodic loves to hit. And we've seen Dodic hit all angles, so it's not that he has one clear-cut spot. However, they saw his body language and where he wanted to go.
That's a really well-closed block from Manoj as well. Like, he sealed that really well, got across, made great shapes of the hands, pointing back into the court, and there was no net wiggle.
So Delhi have given up a review on that one. So the review was unsuccessful. On we go, 6-4 for Ahmedabad.
Again, the serve task game, very interesting. And the defenders have started serving, and Delhi have struggled with their reception. But now they get Angamutu off the service line, and I think that's going to be a sigh of relief. There he is, our friend, dancing in the stands again.
I love that Delhi's given it right back to Ahmedabad here with this big stuff block. They're going head-to-head. There is really nothing between these two teams right here in this second set. The first one was all Delhi, but now this is looking much more balanced.
Rohit Kumar's in for Amul Thomas. Remember last year, he was at Kochi, went for a lot of black, and Kochi just didn't perform. And being a new team in the league, Delhi picked him up and said thank you very much. And he's been a strong addition to this campaign for Delhi. Serves out the back from Santosh. Maybe he's just gone off the boil as of late. The odd pass has just gone off the net. A service out the back. Up steps Chonti John.
2 service errors in a row for Delhi, with Dodic and Santosh, 2 of their best servers.
Yeah, that's criminal, isn't it, in this 2 in a row, especially as Ahmedabad is starting to find their service and their block and rhythm. And that's what we said at the start of the program, is that serving and blocking, Ahmedabad are the stronger team. And because of that, Delhi is starting to struggle now. It's the more called technical timeout. The reigning champs are coming back.
Welcome back. let's have a look at the cred top 5 blockers. There is Aponza, the man, the dancing devil. 25 he has. Next best, still Akin, and he hasn't played. We haven't seen him even in all of the Super 5s, and he's still holding on to that leaderboard position.
I feel like I haven't seen him since last season. It's been that long.
We've missed him. We miss you, Akin, or if you're watching.
He'd be mighty proud of what Manoj has done so far. 4 blocks for him. He's certainly come alive, and these are ominous signs for Delhi. Watch out. Watch out! That's his way of telling his coach, drop me if you can. I'm here. I've arrived, says Man Mountain Manoj. That is a monster block.
I think they're just forcing the play here really nicely. Santosh, Saklane Tarek doesn't have a mid unless he wants to go reverse. And the middle reads that really well and kicks out. They have to get that pass sharpened up, Delhi.
If you remember, I mentioned earlier on, maybe having Manoj in lieu of Ilya Barao would be a blessing in disguise, and I think he's proven that to be the case here already.
Wow, if offense wins you matches, defense wins you titles, Ahmedabad certainly are in the mood. They've got to keep this going. And once it's one set apiece, it will be a different contest, I promise you that. Delhi, once they're challenged, they will be questioned. We'll see how they react.
You're exactly right. Delhi have to have a bit of pushback here because Ahmedabad, it looked like they rolled over in the first set. They are not doing that in this case. But Delhi, again, if all their pieces come to the forefront of this puzzle, they shouldn't have a problem, but it's such a quick set. 15 points is all it takes. Mutu getting involved in the offense as well. We love a setter that takes things into his own hands.
And that's the battle that I'm enjoying here. We know that Ahmedabad are a good blocking team, and Delhi are a good offensive team. So that's where this is going to be won and lost in that first pass as well. That's strong from Mutu. Always in those joust situations, it seems like the smaller player gets away with it.
They usually do because they'll contact the ball last. They get that last push. However, really disciplined to keep his arms out of the net there. That could have been tricky.
Rohit Pasaklane. Overreach. Stay in your limits, said the referee.
I don't think Shikhar is confident enough in himself to say whether or not there should be a challenge there, but I'd love to see that replay again to know if he did reach into the zone of Delhi, but Delhi's coach, calm as ever.
The heart rate's coming up a little bit though. I reckon it goes up 1 beat every time they pass the ball the wrong side of the 3-meter line or too fast. They're finding their way here, the defenders. Impressive in this second set. Whoa! 106.
His hair game is certainly not on point, so he's been scratching his hair a little bit. Sajjad Hussain Malik. Four-point lead. The captain ready to serve. Who is he going to? Awad Santosh. Ooh, goes over Anand. Lands just long. He would have thought about it and thought about it more. And then that, what an anticlimax.
Looks a bit disappointed there, Dragan, doesn't he? As opposed to when he's usually running around smiling on the side of the court. But in turn, I think the serving is what's got them here. Angamudu's serves led to those blocks from him. So they've got to keep up the service pressure, the defenders.
Even Anand can't get to that. Max Seneca gave it a mighty whack off the block. Lands far enough to not allow Anand to get going now. In response, Delhi has a trail by 4. They've called for the SBI super point, which is worth 2. The paddle goes up. The stakes go high to 2 points. Max Seneca ready to serve. This one could potentially give Ahmedabad 6 set points if it goes their way. Big serve coming up from Max. Anand. Here they go. Oh! Aponza could have killed it, didn't. Santosh. Max Seneca. Oh! How did Santosh execute that shot from where he was? Made it look so easy.
That was brilliant from Santosh. I'm not sure what was going on here between Aponza And Jansha just that little bit too high, perhaps. Good save to keep it alive. And Santosh, again, almost like a slide attack. He's coming from outside in, one leg, no block, just the spin enough to get Seneca on the floor. Excellent execution.
Should he have served big, Max?
I don't know, because he's been struggling with his serve a little bit. I don't think that he was in a position to take that big risk from the end line.
I agree. In that situation, if you look at how that rally unfolded, the defenders had their chance. My thing is that every time he reaches for that ball, he swings back to the line. So you'd like to see the defensive cover from the defenders make it over there. Oh, hello everybody. The RuPay VIP box. Where else would you rather be right now, apart from here?
Yep, if you can't get in there, come to the commentary box. Oh, there is Nanda Gopal and his soon-to-be wife, Prijisha. Alongside them is Dr. D.G. Chaudhary, the owner of the Ahmedabad Defenders. He'll feel mighty relieved.
Joining the married club.
Yep.
Alongside you. You're the only one in the box. Any advice, Fernando?
Let's do a separate show on that. Muthu, back set, Anga Muthu. Ooh, no kill yet. Donic, 3-2. Srikanth keeps it in play, slight confusion. Anga Muthu still in play. Santosh got the kill the last time he hit it from there. This time cooks it a bit too much. 13-10 to Ahmedabad. 2 away from settling the score, or leveling the score rather.
Another good work to try to keep it in. Santosh is being asked to do a lot here. That's 3-4 times. He's been way off the net. He's had some success with that swing, but there comes a point where the luck runs out.
Yeah, like it's like relying on a 1980 Mazda, isn't it? Eventually it's going to break down on you at some point because it's just so many rotating parts. They can't spend their time out of the system. Oh, the fair play points table. Who's winning that one? The Torpedoes are winning the fair play award at the moment. Ahmedabad in second, Mumbai in third, Delhi in fourth, and Calicut in fifth place.
Calicut way down there at the bottom. I wonder why that is.
No idea. It's obviously based on honesty, respect, and yeah, you receive points and sportsmanship, sporting spirit, integrity.
And you're saying Calicut doesn't have any of those things?
Oh yeah, of course I do. Just obviously not as much as the others in the table by the looks of it.
Yep, the others have a little more of those traits. Santosh, Ayush, Santosh again. And yet again, I think it's the blockers that forced him to hit that one just a wee bit harder. Was looking for a block touch, I think. A ricochet outside, that's what he was looking at. Back-to-back headers from Santosh gives Ahmedabad 4 set points.
I like that they're trying to use the middle here. I think it's important for Delhi to continue running their middle, but the connection now, that's 2 or 3 times it's been way off. And that'll do it. That is it. An ace serve from Ahmedabad gets a big win at 15-10. And the second set is looking like Delhi are going to have to work out some differences.
It's a serve pass game. This Santosh has let his pass go. There'll be memories of the Mumbai Meteor loss for the Delhi Toofans as the defenders pull it back to 1-1. Time for us to take a very short break.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Season 3 of RuPay Prime Volleyball League, powered by A23. It's time for the Indian Terrain Volley Trivia. Let's meet our super fans. They've already got their jerseys on. And what is your name? Who is your favorite player on court today?
Manas, sir. My name is Manas. Favorite player is Sikhar.
Okay. you're already supporting Delhi Toofans. உங்களுடைய ஃபேவரட்டான பிளேயர் யாரு? உங்க பேர் என்ன ஃபர்ஸ்ட்?
Raju.
Raju, யார் உங்க ஃபேவரட் பிளேயர் Delhi Toofansல?
Santosh.
Santosh. Okay, I'm going to ask you a few simple questions, and if you answer, you can get a gift voucher from Indian Terrain. Okay? And let me ask the first question. I'm going to keep the mic in the center, and whoever answers first will get the coupons. Ready? And which Delhi Toofans player is the top blocker in the league this season? He's a foreign player. Any guesses?
One more time.
Okay, which Delhi Toofans player is a top blocker in this league this season? He's a foreign player. His first name is Daniel. Okay, it's Daniel Aponza. He has got 25 blocks. Okay, Aponza the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. And how many times have the Ahmedabad defenders played in the finals of RuPay Prime Volleyball League? எத்தனை தடவை விளையாண்டிருக்காங்க Ahmedabad defenders finalsல? எத்தனை தடவை?
5.
இல்ல?
5.
No, it's 2 times only, and both of you have not answered. One last question. Can you name the head coach of Delhi Toofans?
One more, please.
Delhi Toofans உடைய head coach ஓட பேர் என்ன? No?
We said this would be a close one. Two teams whose games suit each other beautifully. Have a look at those. 2 service points apiece. 10 successful spikes to 8. 5 blocks for the defenders. And that started with Angamutu's service.
Yeah, the blocks is the big number there for me. And definitely the big number there for the Nippon Paint mascot, Blobby. He loves a good block, doesn't he?
Have you guys exchanged numbers? Louis and Blobby? Exchange numbers yet?
No, actually. I'm a bit nervous when it comes to things like that, so you have to come with me. I'm up for it.
He looks intimidating, doesn't he?
Janshad for Amal. That is a mighty swing, but it lands long. Well, fine line.
Yeah, I'm worried here for Delhi. The thing is, you get blocked 5 times in a set, and all of a sudden you get a little bit nervous of the block. And that was maybe a swing where he should have gone high hands or tried to turn it instead.
The problem with trying to hit yourself out of trouble is that if it goes wrong, it's very, very difficult to find that mojo again. That's more like it. A well-controlled shot from Daniel Aponza. He got going very early in the first set. He was rather quiet in the second set, wasn't he?
Yeah.
They tried to use him. They did go to him a couple times, but remember the balls were going out the back. He was misconnecting, so I like that they've continued trying to find him. It's a great angle for him to turn.
And they brought in Janshad now instead of Saklein Carrick, so I think that's a good move because I really like the way that Janshad runs the game. It's not all about the hands and the leadership and the flair. It's using the right plays at the right times, the right option, and Manoj there, it's a gutsy move to change the setup, but he knows he's just lost a set, so in theory, changing the playmaker makes sense.
Well, this was one of the points we made in the pre-show, is that if Mutu's having a bad day, there's not really much you can do about it. However, with Saklein and Janshad, we've seen them both play a role in different matches and different times. Back to Aponza. Yes, he does. Another one to the Dancing Devil. He has to be good today. He has to come to the forefront for me.
And again, this will just give the whole team confidence. If you've run Aponza in the first 3-4 plays, Santosh has found his pass, all of a sudden everyone's going to be feeding off that energy of you committing to the game plan. You're not out of system having to set the outsides. You're doing what the coach has asked, and it's all going in the right direction.
Out of system play for Ahmedabad to Angamutu, who goes cross.
Crunch it. A crunchy spike. Juicy. Sumptuous.
Was it crunchy or was it juicy?
Both of it. Delicacy. And Angamutu is a Michelin star chef, isn't he?
Angle man for a reason. Just turned it into the sharp angle from an out-of-system play. That's not easy. Delhi, for me, still playing the better of the volleyball in the first 5 points.
Anand with the second ball. Then that one. Was there a touch off the block? No, there wasn't. Now, are those 2 errors from the end of the second set playing on that man's mind.
I think they might be, because again, I haven't seen Dodic take a rip yet either, and he was blocked out in a couple of points. So they're going for the middle, using the middle, but now they're just trying to use those out-of-system moments really heavy and high to the pins.
Santosh knows he's getting targeted here as well. Targeted in the serve.
Off target, Max. No, straight away. That wasn't the right call. If you're hitting it that far, is it then a skill issue? A technique issue?
I think it is a little bit, and I think specifically for the foreigners, again, trying to get the touch on this ball takes more than a month to really hone that in.
Ooh, big shot from Shanti. This time he tries depositing it politely, then detonating it like the Terminator. Well, the deft touch worked, surely in that occasion. And Keyword, did he deposit in the pond?
A pebble, yep. It was a polite pebble, that one, with two hands. Nothing Srikanth could do. And in fact, I'm surprised why Srikanth was the one trying to come in and get that one, because there were three other players closer.
Yeah, Mutu Sami just said, my bad. But also with Santosh making a couple of hitting errors in a row, he was always going to come with a more negative play the next time, so they should have been really ready for the tip.
I think Dodic is cancelling out Max Seneca's service errors, so issues for both sides with their foreign players not serving well.
Yeah, Dodic, one of the best servers in this league. In the last match, missing 5 from the service line. If he has a repeat performance like that, it's dangerous.
Great serve. Slightly out of system. Dodic has been blocked. Shanti John shines on this evening. Gets the Ahmedabad defenders going. Ooh, what a block. That is a box office block. A Cred super block. Shanti with Manoj alongside. Siamese twins.
Well, what a serve as well. We were having a chat the other night, Key, weren't we, about the short serve not being utilised in this league as much as we thought it could or should be, and that just shows again that there's a lot of worth in it. No energy on the ball, and the set never gets out to Dodic.
Once again. Well, the block this time was there. Now Ahmedabad want to question it. Wonder what? What are they questioning?
I think they're questioning another couple of contacts there. There was a point there where it looked like the block of Ahmedabad touched it. So Delhi considered that and then went on to have 3 more contacts after that. However, if the block did not touch it, and I'm looking down at Manoj right now, and it looks like he's saying, no, I definitely did. So let's continue.
Too late now. Slightly heated conversation, or a passionate conversation between Max Seneca and Dragan, and the coach said, nothing doing, guys. Get back to work. Not now.
Yeah, they don't want to get distracted by something like that, certainly. I think Ahmedabad have been playing a really solid game in the last couple of points, last couple of sets, especially in their block.
Overreach once again against the Delhi Toofans. Don't cross your line. Do not trespass.
This is dangerous, isn't it, for Delhi? Because it started so well for them, but now it just seems that nothing's working whatsoever.
Oh, interesting call. That for me was right on the midline. Worth a joust.
Janshad. Oh, good work in the defense by Seneca. Now coast to coast. Shanti identifies the right piece of real estate in the back right corner of the Delhi Toofans court. And at the halfway mark in the third, the defending champions lead by 3. Time now for an Amul Cool technical timeout. Stay tuned.
Great game materialising here as we have a look at the emerging players, the Emerald Core emerging player nominees. Yep, the under 25 and to have never represented India. Some great players on there. Anand is in action, although he's been quiet. We haven't seen anything miraculous from him yet, but keep an eye out. It's certainly coming. And there's Nanda, who's not playing today.
Should Anand keep his winning speech ready? I reckon he should.
I think in terms of standout players, he's definitely one of them, and you don't often see a libero that gets that kind of credit.
Smart play. John shot there, doing an ukra. You should have seen it coming, Ahmedabad.
Well, one of the points I was going to make about the first set, or maybe I did, I don't remember, was that they were finding Angamutu in the defense. That little tip, making him play, getting him on the floor, and we saw it against Dodic just moments ago as well. If you have to put the ball over, put it on your opposite, get them out of the play. Always a good choice.
Muthu sets it for Angamutu, and he cannot go past, or can he? Oh, he has. He can't go past, but he can get a point somehow.
Yeah, this has really been the success story of Ahmedabad. When the chips are down, that man has stepped up and been nothing short of sensational over the last 3 games.
When the blocker is so close to the antenna, go for the outside edge, and that's what he got. Good serve, fast, overpass, can it be killed? Seneca has been blocked, Manoj. Shanti for Angamutu, bang, still in play, longish rally, slightly nervous one. Can Delhi go for the kill? They will, and they will get it. Ahmedabad had 2 chances, should have reacted better.
They did, and I think this is why we saw Muthu go away from Max Seneca in the last match, because he's not putting the ball away. Angamutu trying to do it, but you see that second opportunity goes to Delhi, and they're using the pipe. We haven't seen a lot of pipe from Ahmedabad either.
No, we haven't, and I like the fact that the middle, Ponza was on a wider block to try and take Manoj with him and open up that space through the middle that materialised because of it. Have to say, Shanti John starting to come into this game nicely as well. And, whoa! Thank you, Shanti! Right on cue, young man!
There it is. There is that pipe. Even Nanda looking off from the sideline saying, get that man the ball a little bit more often. That ball comes perfectly in. Muthu just behind him on that different angle, a slightly different zone of the net that the blockers are not prepared for. And Shanti John with an A23 super spike all day long.
You feel like those 3, Muthu, Angamutu, and Shanti John, and Manoj as well, have this team in their blood. And they're willing to fight for every single scrap this evening to try and get this team over the line.
Now, given that Ahmedabad have stormed back in this match, especially with their defense in the second one, there's a nervous-looking father, Mr. Mohammad Tariq Khan, father of Saklin Tariq, the captain of the Delhi Toofans. Now, the question I had for the 2 of you is now, it's a question I'm asking for the second time tonight. Now that we've seen Ahmedabad storm back with their defense in the second, who do Calicut want to play? Who would they rather play?
Oh, that's
it's
such a
tricky
good question. That's such a good question. I think Calicut showed when they had their starting 6s on that they could beat Ahmedabad. They were down 2-0, and then they made some changes. So I think they'd probably rather play Ahmedabad.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we said this. I said this on the show yesterday in the first game. I think Delhi would not have wanted to have played the defenders and would be happy to play the Torpedoes. And I think the Heroes, if they came second in the group, wouldn't have wanted to play the Torpedoes.
Which defense can trouble Jerome Vinit more?
The way Ahmedabad is blocking right now, however, the way that Delhi has blocked all season has been better. So I don't know.
But the way that you topple the Heroes is with service pressure. And I'm unsure whether either of these teams can consistently put the Heroes under the service pressure needed to get Chirag and Jerome Vinit out of the question.
Meanwhile, while we've been chatting away up here, it's now 10-10. The scores are level. Delhi has just had some fantastic blocking going on. The Manoj Nair's heart rate is just ticking over just that little bit higher. But you ask the question, what does Delhi do when they're pushed? Do they respond? and it has to start from the net. For me, that aggressive nature in the block has to come to the forefront. Sajjad Hussain Malik, his heart rate climbing as we speak. Pins and needles. Pins and needles. This match is on now. 1-1, tied at 10-10. How does it go from here? Jonty. Angamutu gets it again.
Clean as a whistle from Angamutu. So confidently done. In the big moments, the big players have to put their hands up, and Angamutu has done that. Goes cross-court.
And the cleaner that Angamutu is, the dirtier that Delhi have got to get in this game. Start getting into positions to make those defenses into the cross-court. We know he loves hammering into the angle. And the service pressure, or it's not even the service pressure, it's just that sharp fading serve from 5 to 5 that Santos struggles to cut off with the arms. We've seen it before. They've certainly done their homework here, and it's always moving away from Santos, who doesn't stay stable with his legs, comes up early and loses control.
Great choice by Ahmedabad to continue targeting Santosh when he's in the front court there. A 2-point spread now.
Well, there he is, Mr. Latif, the president of the Central Asia Volleyball Association, is here as well. So, welcome to him as well, sir. Good to have you amidst us on what is a night that will give us the second finalists. And Delhi trailing by 2, want to level scores with this SBI Super Point. That's what it is worth, 2 points. In comes Amal Thomas for Rohit as Ahmedabad get ready to serve through their captain.
Well, they're calling it on a Mutu serve, so they're already testing him to see if he can serve well.
Once again, going straight to Santosh. The overpass gives them an absolute lollipop to gobble. They want the big feast tonight. The Ahmedabad defenders now have 4 set points to go 2-1 up. What's up, Delhi? Where have you been?
Santos is in the shank tank at the moment. Can't quite get his arms on the ball. It's difficult. The service pressure's high. Good serving from the defenders, but Santos is certainly under the pump now.
Shikhar on the money as well, ready for that overpass. And for such a young player, I've been really impressed with him.
His eyes would have lit up seeing that overpass come. Janshad, shots at, blocked. Is it done? Yes, it's done. It's a done deal. 2-1 the lead for the Ahmedabad defenders, who threw their blocks and their doggedness, their belief, their intelligent play, their smart serving, have stormed back. Forget about the first set, that's a thing of the past. That's history. This team wants to make new history. They lead by 2-1 at the end of the third. Back in just a bit with the fourth. Will that be the last? We'll find out.
We are back, and here has what's happened so far. Ahmedabad defenders up 2-1 over the Delhi Toofans in this must-win situation. Have a look at the unforced errors. Delhi from 2, I think they had in the first set, all the way up to 14. They've been giving away points, but Ahmedabad's making it really tough with those blocks as well.
Well, the man to the right of Tuhin Mishra is our friend Hitesh Malhotra from the FIVB. Works from the beautiful HQ of Switzerland. Good man, Hitesh.
Very good man. Does a lot of good work in developing the sport in a lot of different countries around the world. And it's great to have him here as well.
We love when we have special guests. Everyone is welcome. You're all special.
Delhi needs something special as well to make a comeback. Saklin Tharu, the captain, is back on court. Muthuswamy's check and mate didn't quite work.
So in a cagey game like this, I think that's a good tactic. Chuck the ball on Shrikant. You know he's struggling for confidence, and you know you can maybe pick up a couple of easy points just by not making an error there, and that could just change the game back in the favour of Delhi.
I'd love to see their unforced errors go down. That is the number for me that's just given it over to Ahmedabad. Too simple of a serve on that occasion, and Angamutu eats it up on the right side.
That is such a breezy spike and makes it look so smooth, so effortless, like the Rolls-Royce Angamutu.
So I understand if this is a tactic to serve Shanti short, because that gets him out of the pipe. But at the same time, you've got to tell Aponza that the ball's going to Angamutu, and you have to seal up that with 2 blockers.
Mutu back at the line, went on a serving run in the last set. Santosh from the pipe, that is his bread and butter. Delhi must continue to utilize him there.
If that is his bread and butter, that's the first morsel from him this evening.
Delicious.
Well, he's been hungry. He's had a nightmare this evening so far, but that'll make him breathe easy. Santosh has been at the receiving end of pretty much all of Ahmedabad's serves. Big serve, straight to Shrikant. Muthuswamy, big chance. Back set, Seneca. Just a gentle push, did not work. Anand and the captain both want to get into the act. Sit back, Anand. Still in play. Oh my word, I almost called the point there. That has gone off. Shekhar this time putting in a little more power for the rebound to land outside. 2 apiece in the 4th.
Shekhar, you beast. First time, barely off the toes. Second time, gets that ball right back. I love Mutu going back to him again. And I like how strong he is. He sort of waits in the air and then just rips on that arm. It's really great looking swing from the young
It's
kid.
been one of the beautiful things about them not having Nanda and Baral, that he has to use his middles a little bit more, especially when he can't get Angamutu in the game.
Got it. Shrikant, well done. From the outside, Max Seneca recycles it. Angamutu now has been blocked. Oh, not yet. Angamutu with the set, and somehow that bit of mess upsets Delhi's plans. Dodic has a facepalm moment. And applause from Dragan Mihailovic.
Yeah, if you're Delhi here, Ponza does a great job of getting across and double stacking, but I don't know how you're losing points from not closing that block. Shanti John does a great job of turning the ball. That was the main thing, and he took on Saklin Tariq, but was it Dodic? Oh, it might have been Dodic actually. Yeah. And in those situations, you've really got to be closing out the block. They're lucky there, Delhi.
I think Delhi also need to take moments like this and over-exaggerate their excitement, over-exaggerate their energy, because I think they're a team, when their energy is high, the volleyball starts to flow, and vice versa. It's a chicken and egg situation. But if they over-exaggerate, celebrate a little bit more, makes it much more exciting for them.
Shrikant's reception is certainly getting better, but Angamutu no kill on that occasion. Santosh once again at Shrikant. That was a mighty hit. That is unrecyclable.
Yeah, we could do with Aponza getting his dance moves going soon, couldn't we? Shrikant with a great dig. Santosh again out of rhythm. finds a way to put the ball away. Look how high he is here. And he has that ability to be quite square on, which makes it look like he's going to the line. And then he has these long levers that can turn the ball into the angle.
Aponza, good call. Well done by Srikanth and Seneka to just see it float out. Very, very good for anticipation.
I still feel this is very cagey from both sides. I feel that Delhi could sneak away with this and Ahmedabad could get anxious. I feel like both teams are sometimes playing clean volleyball, sometimes they're just dogging it out.
I gotta see that serve go in though from Aponza. He's not one of the go-to servers in terms of looking for points. Has to allow his team to play.
Boom. That's what the Delhi Toofans want more of. They want a Toofani patch of play to hit back, and then it's anyone's game in the fifth.
Do they look frustrated to you? Dodic, I feel like he hasn't really gotten in his groove. This one is an A23 super spike because he gets the width that he wants.
But if you're looking at volleyball, the pass isn't really there at the moment from either side. They're all hitting out of rhythm, hitting out of system a lot of the time. And that's got to be frustrating as a hitter because, and the setter, they can't run their offense the way that they want to. And then they're missing serves. So if the pass and the serve isn't there in any game of volleyball, let alone a huge game like an Eliminator, you're in for a tough ride and you're relying on hard work and commitment to the cause.
We've seen this from Dodic in the past. When he's on, the team is smooth sailing. When he's not, they don't necessarily have anything else.
Well, the captain finds Ayush Kaslia with a short set, who gets it going, a 1-point lead. Now, I suppose, I don't know, psychologically, maybe they're in denial about having won the first set and now trailing by 2-1. So, at times, teams take a while to accept and come out of that past and start on a fresh note. That's what Delhi need. Forget about what's happened so far. Look ahead. Rebuild. Re-energize.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. If they dwell too much on the fact that they had that advantage and it's now gone, then they're going to give up points like this and opportunities to build some momentum. Rohit with a big block. That is exactly what Delhi need.
Rohit says, when I'm there, no heat. No heat when it's Rohit in the defense.
I've got to say, sneaky game-changing plays. The last pass was excellent from Rohit to allow Sakla and Terek to use the middle. And this time he's there to make the block. That's two very good plays in a row. It's exactly what Delhi needed.
Santosh with the serve straight to Shanti John, the overpass. The reception should have been better. Chance for a pipe has been overcooked and therefore doesn't taste good. 7-6.
Here's the difference between a confidence team and a team that's feeling a little nervy is Ayush very much should have taken one little step, jumped into the air and attacked that ball as it came in the overpass. We've seen Shikhar do it a couple of times, but Delhi are looking really, really unnerved.
I agree, and that was even a nervy pass from Shanti John, so both teams are feeling it, but that's the nature of this stage of the competition.
Big serve, that was an arrow. Overpass should be killed now. Muthu for the pipe. Job's done, that's good, that's money. That's a beauty from Shanti.
There it is again. Shanti John on the pipe over and over. Nanda, we've seen him do that throughout the season. He's not there, he's watching from the sidelines. So filling in that blank, watch the connection here. Just pops up right over the shoulder of his middle. The blockers were already dead in the water.
Yeah, Nanda Gopal in the crowd should have been on court, but then that ACL injury has ruled him out. Shanti John's doing very well in Nanda's absence. Barring that serve. It's been such an up and down battle. Another halfway mark in the fourth. That service error gives the Delhi Toofans a 1-point lead as we head into the Amul Cool technical timeout. Back in just a bit.
Well, the Indian Oil MVP leaderboard, JV, Jerome Vinny at the top of it, having a marvellous competition. Santosh is in second place. And there's Daniel Aponza down there, sneaking his way up the MVP leaderboard. I wonder who will get it tonight.
Oh, I love to see that. A middle blocker on the MVP leaderboard. Yes, please. No better than Aponza.
You are the MVP leader here in the commentary box, Keith.
Oh, stop it. Keep going.
Well, stop it is what the Ahmedabad defenders told those two. And that they did stop that spike from giving Delhi another point. It's 8 apiece now. What's Draga thinking?
Well, it's interesting because we haven't seen a Manoj-Aponza matchup all season, right? Manoj was not playing when the last time these two teams met, so I think he's having a field day out there, kind of prove that actually he's a great blocker and he thought, you know, probably deserved to be on court.
Yeah, I would also say Delhi is struggling with their pass so much at times, and again, that when the ball is in a good position, the chances that they'll use Aponza will be higher, and then Manoj will be able to make that commitment block, knowing it's going to go to Aponza out of desperation for Delhi as much as anything else.
Just wondering, very quickly, is the pre-game routine slightly different for a big, high-pressure game like this? Would they warm up a little less, conserve energy, or would they go all out?
You want to know what's going on in the locker room before the game? Is that what you're asking?
Well, if you could.
Honestly, I think high-level teams will tell you, you prepare, you prepare, you prepare. You do everything before the day of the game. All the preparation's done in the preseason, in the regular season, and just getting really good habits in place. It's not necessarily about wearing the same socks or having, you know, a pre-game ritual that goes your way or doesn't, or listening to a certain song. You have to have the confidence in yourself that you've built up over months of preparation.
And routine's built on the fact of doing the same thing in preparation over and over again. So then when you play in the big games, you have that comfort that you're just doing something that you've done a million times before.
That's more a policy statement for the team will do, but at an individual level, you'd be slightly, you'd have superstitions, right? Individually?
Yeah, maybe. I think every player is different, and I think you have to learn to adapt because you're always going to be in a different situation. So I personally, when I was playing, I never had any superstitions. You knew you're going to be in a different locker room every day. You're going to have a different team ahead of you. You're going to have a different pre-game coffee flavor or something. If you rely on superstitions or having to have things go your way every time, that's when you lose, I don't know, you lose faith in yourself.
The superstition side of it's the more things out of your control, like the socks and the stuff like that. The routine is more of following that constant warm-up or the consistent warm-up that you have all the time, and etc. Anyway.
Well, superstitions are, I suppose, maybe if one looks at them cynically, are crutches of the mind. But they're harmless, those superstitions. Whatever it may be for Daniel Aponza, it's worked for him. They just need to activate that weapon more. The Delhi Toofans, beautifully done, that RuPay contactless shot.
Aponza, welcome back. There he is, the athleticism we've come to know and love.
Are we going to 5?
Ooh, might be.
I'd like to see that happening. Wouldn't mind. Another, okay then. Error at the net from Daniel Aponza. A touch overzealous, I suppose.
Unforced errors again and again and again. That one just into the net, but this was something that has plagued Delhi in certain matches throughout the season. I think the highest was 32 errors or something like that. I mean, this is looking dangerously similar.
Aponza this time takes Shanti John along with him. It's almost like 10-pin bowling.
This is also night and day from the start of the set because the pass is getting into a much better zone. Zach Lane-Carrick doesn't look stressed when trying to use Aponza, so he can just put it in the path of Aponza and he can put it away. Earlier on, he was under immense pressure.
Daniel Aponza, just 3 shy of 100 total points in this league. Ooh, that was a hot serve. And an even hotter pipe has been denied. Ponza and Dodish. It's the two foreign players that combine, that duo, the Jugalbandi.
The block, the block, the block, over and over again. This is what's going to make or break Delhi. We've talked about them being a strong blocking side, shutting down Shanti John there from the outer system set from Angamutu off the court. Dodic loves it.
And Ahmedabad are giving it all they have. They've called for the SBI Super Point. If they win this next, the score will come down to 13-11. If not, we're going to 5 sets. We are not yet going to set number 5 because Ahmedabad stay alive in this fourth. Now there's a 2-point gap. Ooh, where is this one going?
Santos. Great pass, SBI Super Point. This is better from the defenders. I think it's been one of those games where one team lose their pass for a while, the other team lose their pass, one team serves well, the other team struggles with the pass, and all of a sudden there's just all these different shifts happening in front of us, and Delhi have had the better of this fourth set. The question is, can they hold it out? We know that Seneca has a good serve. We know that their own pass won't be 100% confident either.
The other thing I noticed in that SBI Super Point was Mutu going to Shikhar. He trusts him so much to give him a 2-point play.
Ponza once again gets activated. He is Delhi's go-to man for these big nervous moments. And he gives Delhi 3 set points to level it up, 2 apiece. Take this to the fifth.
Ponza again doing it all superbly well, but they went for Santos, but again, Seneca took so much pace off the ball that Santos could pass the ball easily. Santos is struggling on the tougher serves.
Chance. Shikhar does the job. He's got icy cool water in his veins. How does he do that?
And again, Mutu finding him on an uber important point as match or set point, excuse me. And it doesn't have to be a great contact. It doesn't have to be a perfect connection, but Shikhar finding a way to score.
He has had a couple of Indian oil super serves. The man ready to serve, the number 9 Shikhar Singh. He's been a fine tactical serve once again, straight to Santosh. That lands where? Lands where? Oh, just inside. And that is the end of that. Delhi have stormed back their level scores, 2 apiece now in this Eliminator. The team that wins set number 5 will meet the Calicut Heroes in the finals on Thursday night. Ooh, it's hotting up. Not for the faint-hearted. Sip a glass of water, chilled water, come back for the 5th set. Don't you go anywhere. We're right here.
now going to a fifth set. Have a look at the stats. More successful spikes for the Toofans, but, well, more errors as well. More blocks for the defenders. Key, how do you see this fifth and final set shaping up?
I think Delhi has come into their own in that last set. We saw the blocks and we saw Ponza getting involved in the offense. That's more like the Delhi we're used to seeing. I think if the same is said for Dodic, if he starts to step his game up as well, then I think Delhi's going to have it.
Well, good to have Miss Salome Ramu. She is a big name in the Indian volleyball circuit, the captain of the Indian women's volleyball team, Salome Ramu. Once again, Santosh to Sakleen. Sakleen to Dodic, wasn't to be. Angamotu cannot go past that block. Shot set has been recycled. There they come again, but the block denied! That's how you shut the door on a threat coming your way. Not tonight, say the Ahmedabad defenders.
Or yet.
Hang on, hang on, hang on. Big block for Ahmedabad, and that's something I think, again, talk about it a lot, but the blocking has gone back and forth between these two teams. The one that blocks better should be the one who sticks out here in the fifth, but there's a challenge for potentially net touch.
Yeah, my one problem with that opening phase of play is that there were 3 first touches of the ball, and they were all outside the 3-meter line, which is always going to bring the block into the game more. I would just suggest in these big moments is to really be aggressive with that first pass and hold the middle blocker a little bit more than what we're seeing now. Was there a net touch is the question?
Oh, I think perhaps right there at the end, but is it after the ball's already down? Ball's down now, and then you see a little wiggle.
Just for our new viewers, if there is any net touch after the ball is landed, it's good enough.
Yep.
Yep. Not invalid. Cannot go against Ahmedabad if that net touch has happened after the ball is landed. It's landed there, on its way back up. Then the net touch doesn't really matter. Now, by then, yeah, looks good enough for Ahmedabad.
I think so, because it's perhaps Shikhar as he's turning around to celebrate after the ball is already stomped into the ground, leaving a crater in the tower flex. That was one of the best blocks I think we've seen all day. And again, using the pipe, Santosh having to find that 4th gear.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was more of a defensive run of the pipe in transition, where staying a bit higher, knowing that the 3 blockers are going to be on him. That's what I mean about my previous point, is just there was 3 contacts. The first contact that was really defensive based, and the block was in the game in every phase of play there. Great hands from the boys at the net from Ahmedabad though.
Yep, it's only when he turns to celebrate, Shikhar. That's when that contact might have happened, but we're not the ones to decide. It's all up to the TV ref. Where is this one going? Delhi had reviewed it. Review retain, because there is insufficient evidence to overturn the first referee's decision.
Oh, that's crucial. Crucial, because if I'm not correct, oh yeah, see, Delhi, only 1 review left. So if that one had been given or taken away, I guess, if it had been unsuccessful, they would have been down to 0. So they're a bit lucky with that.
Sakleen Tariq is getting stuck in here. He wants this to be replayed.
I'm not sure he has a case for that. The original call was the block was down, it was good. They have insufficient evidence to overturn it, so the point stays with Ahmedabad. I think that's correct.
This is the 5th and final. This set decides who plays against Calicut in the finals. If Aponza keeps going like this, it may well be Delhi. Watch out for Ahmedabad. They have a penchant for comebacks. Ooh, what a spicy hit that was. That was a laser sharp spike from Laser Dodic.
That play worked beautifully for Delhi because everyone thought Ponza was going to go on it. Shikhar committed it and didn't quite get out, but that set also died a little inside. So that was a really good last step of the ball to get to the ball from Dodic to go off the hands.
How about that first pickup, though, that defense?
He's defended really well, to be captain. They were giving him a little bit of heat on the passing, but my word, he's made some digs.
Oh, so is Anand.
It takes a player like Anand to dig Angamuttu, but what do you do about that? Max Seneca, for the first time, has given us a reason to say Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
Just you two.
And just those two in the defense, Shikhar and Max Seneca.
Seneca got a bit of luck there, I think, bouncing off the inside of both his arms, but a good finish there to press it back in.
This is just one of those games where there'll be lots of external thoughts buzzing through quite a few of the players' heads. And they have to try and control their minds and focus on the task in hand. And you see some of that in the plays that we're seeing. A few loose touches, a few passes off the net. Great touch though from Seneca. Angamudu's hammering into the angle from out of the system. Santosh is good from here, but the defenders hang on. Back to the angle man. No. Another opportunity. Dodic stays high. Goes off the hands and brings Delhi back into it.
He's telling the captain, let Daniel Aponza be for a while. I am your go-to man. I've got to be your plan A. And that is point number 98 for that Serbian sniper, Laser Dodic, in this league, this season. Too shy of a memorable 100. The captain's pumped up as well.
That fist pump to the ground reminds me of Thor. Speaking of superheroes.
By the way, I learned a new expression last evening. Saw Kung Fu Panda 4. Skaboom!
Skaboom!
Yeah. Po taught me that, Po, the Kung Fu Panda, the Dragon Warrior.
Well, there you go.
Skaboom.
Skaboom. Bring it in.
Maybe I'll do it for the match-winning point tonight. Who knows? If it is a spike, we'll find out. It's level 2-2, 2-2 it is in the fifth. Short set, no kill. Delhi looking a lot tighter now. But Ahmedabad staying in the hunt as well. Shanti John, not enough power, slightly tired right shoulder. Confusion has cost Delhi the point. Double touch. Aponza not happy.
From the very beginning of that touch on Delhi's side, Sack Lane taking the first ball. Why on earth is your center taking the first ball? It comes off the block. And then the miscommunication.
Yeah, that's just a domino effect, isn't it? Sack Lane Tarek has tried to take responsibility, but really Santosh should have been in there taking that, giving a high ball and then scooting out to fall.
Also, I wonder if Sack Lane Tarek should stop looking at Aponza for a while. Go to Dodic. He's looking good. That's why he needs to keep going to Laser Dodic for a while. Because the plan Aponza hasn't worked in this set so far. All 3 sets, all 3 points for Delhi in this fifth set have come from that man, a Serbian sniper, point number 99. One away from 100.
Well, this was why my matchup in the pre-show was Dodic versus Angamuttu, because those two players can make or break a match. If your opposite is firing, that's one of the most important things in volleyball.
Another big moment, just goes by the wayside for Dodic with his serve. All these little things add up in such a crucial game. And now, well, the angle man's back to serve as well. And we saw, I think that was a set-defining service run in the second from the angle man to put this team under pressure. Not this time. The pass is in. Santosh goes to town on that one.
That is a super slam from Santosh. That went at the rate of knots. Wow. That was a whiplash activated by the number 9 Santosh. Angamuttu wouldn't have seen it coming.
They gave him just that little bit too much line, and he's been having to work from off the net over and over again. When he gets that good ball, gets the width, he's showing us what he really can do.
That'll do his confidence a world of good. Here comes Shanti, just pushes it across. The defense saw it coming, he'll come again. 1v2, gets a block touch, celebrates. Saw that block touch straight away, so did the first referee.
Shanti John looks like he was born for this evening, doesn't he? He's making some very good offensive decisions, knows when to hammer, knows when to stay high, and looks incredibly up for it.
He's the top scorer right now, and again, Angamutu kind of trailing by the wayside. Shanti with 9 points. Big performance for him.
Anand Saklin with the set. Beautifully done. There's another man that can do the job. Rohit Kumar. That is a row special hit.
Rohit as well is someone that we've mentioned that's gone a little bit under the radar. He hasn't been scoring all the points. Some crucial digs though, and in moments when the offense needs to be spread out, he's there.
Yeah, he's been excellent this evening for me. As he must have a mixture of emotions in this game as well. As we said earlier, Kochi didn't work out for him last year. This is certainly working out well, this move to Delhi.
2 block points already he has. Ayush, no blocks tonight, but back on the service line.
Muthu, shot set, no kill. Srikanth once again. Angamuthu cannot spike from there. What was that? That's a brain fade moment for Angamuthu.
Yeah, you're right. There's just these moments for both sides where we can see we're in a big game of enormous importance, where just errors that shouldn't be just creep in, and this is one of them. He's trying to do the right thing by dumping the ball on Saklin Tariq, but I think he's just rushed it.
If we know Muthu, and I think we do after the last couple of years, he will be fired up to get this next call. Doesn't matter, doesn't need to. Delhi give a freebie.
It's contagious. These brain fade moments on either side of the net. The pressure of the fifth set, the decider.
It really is. It really is the situation and the enormity of this game that's bringing these errors, and those who can control their emotions and focus on their tasks the most will prosper through these moments, and there's a guy I think who can do it.
Man Mountain Manoj with the serve, straight to Rohit, then Saklin, Afonso. That's like a fixed deposit, always gives great returns. Afonso. But you've got to be wary, don't overdo it. Mix it up, Captain, mix it up.
Yeah, Manoj notoriously hasn't got the toughest serve in the team. And, well, I think it's Rohit who steps in and passes out. He decides to go overhand, which tells me he doesn't have much confidence in his underarm platform if he's reaching in from there. But they do get a ponzer in, and that's the important thing.
10 service errors so far by Delhi to get that one in.
Angamuthu comes up with that lacerating wound on the Delhi defense to level score 7 apiece in the 5th and final. Delhi won the first, lost the next 2, won the 4th, came back. There is still even Stevens. Take a look at that A23 super spike. Just the right height and speed for Angamuthu.
Well, Shanti John was wrestling a bear to get that ball in there. Did a good job of staying stable enough and raced to the immortal technical timeout.
Oh, Santosh. Oh, so awkward. Had to be blocked. Oh, that lands long. Senecal and Shikhar in that block. Unable to absorb that shock. 8-7 the score. Delhi in the lead as we head into the final Amul Cool technical timeout of the Eliminator. Back in just a bit with the climax.
Well, there they are. Mr. Hitesh Malhotra from FIVB with Tuhin Mishra watching, enjoying, taking in all the sights and sounds of this knockout match.
Well, there's the heart rate of Manoj now, 103. And I mean, he's still pretty calm considering this situation. Also in the front row there, we have Mr. Latif, the president of the Central Asian Volleyball Association.
Everybody's here. This is the place to be. If you're not here, what are you doing? At least you're watching it from home because it's heating up. Free ball now from Delhi. Back to Ahmedabad. Swing from Max. That one's kept alive. Oh, yes it is. Good work. That one's clear. Tip again. Another touch. Stays in play. Santosh tries to roll it over. That one's another big swing from Max, and that one goes off the hands. Eventually a point back in the pocket of Ahmedabad to tie it up 8-8.
Both teams hanging on for dear life, throwing bodies on the floor. Again, in these big games, you wouldn't say that it's neither side's best performance of the season, but boy, oh boy, are they battling. As Seneca comes to the forefront again, a good gutsy high rip off the hands from the Aussie.
He's gotten a lot more action today. That was one of our talking points in the pre-show, that he just didn't get any sets. 5 sets in the last match. Seklane's father watches on. But in lieu of Angamutu, who really hasn't been himself, only 7 points so far, they've had to use a lot more Seneca.
Well, here is Max Seneca. Big serve. He's up the ante a little bit from the baseline. Missed out this time. It's a race to 6 points to 15 to see who goes through to the final, unless it's 14 all. And then you have to win by 2 clear points.
Once again, crash course from the two of you for these two teams. What do you think would have been said during that timeout? Louis Hugo Dragan, Ki Hugo Manoj.
All right.
I would say be brave and play to win the game, not to lose it.
I'd say if you're Delhi, you're doing a really good job of keeping Angamutu out of the game. He's had 27 total attempts to attack, and he's only scored 7 of them, 6 of them in the attack. So good job there. Keep that up.
9 apiece in the 5th. It's hotting up. This is a nerve-jangling contest. The team that stays cool, holds their nerve, shall prevail. And that is point number 100 for Lazy Dodic in Season 3 of the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. Comes off Shanti John's hands. Too far for Shikhar to keep it in play. Can't blame him.
That's literally a phenomenal set from Saklane Carrick to get the ball hanging in the hitting window of Dodic from that position. He's had a good game, Saklane.
Muthusamy, who is he going to? That man he trusts the most because he delivers the most. 10 apiece. What has one say about this contest? We're headed for a photo finish.
Well, Dodic is frustrated with the block here. He's just been chewing out Santosh. He thinks he's gone way too big. Or maybe they've gone both too wide, but Dodic's reaction, he has to be careful because he doesn't want to drain this team at this moment.
However, neither of the two opposites are doing well on their serving game. Dodic had already missed 4, so he had to put that one in pretty simply, and at least he did that, but Angamutu straight in the net, so free point.
I'll tell you what, even Calicut would be a touch unsure of who they want to play. Both these teams have, in the key moments, raised their game. They've shown a few vulnerabilities as well, but they've figured a way to overcome those weaknesses. Just the 1 point, the difference between the two. Bam! Oh, well done by Santosh, keeps it in play. Dodic does the job. Delhi now lead by 2. Are they running away with this one?
That could be huge in terms of turning points for this match. Dodic getting a big swing against a big block as well. So he turns and he gives credit to Santosh for picking that ball up. blocks in a good place, but that 2-point lead could be the difference for Delhi.
We've talked about width in the set for the right side the whole way through this league, and that ball has been perfect in his approach the last two plays. He's absolutely mullered them.
The defending champions trail by 2 in the 5th set of this eliminator. Can they raise their game? Muthuswamy Prabhu! That is a magic moment from the mastermind, the captain. The skipper shows what a cool head can do.
What a clutch time. What a clutch player. Muthu, no fear whatsoever.
Only a brave man would call for an SBI super point now. Ahmedabad, the only team that can do that because they've not gone past 11. Will they? Should they? Because if it goes against them, Delhi will have 3 match points. They haven't decided to go for it. Or rather, they've decided to not go for it.
I think if they were to lose this one, they might go for it.
Srikanth, acrobatic move that. Here comes Seneca, gets one more in, scores level. Don't you go anywhere, we are in for an absolute photo finish. The defending champions have hit back, forcing Delhi to come for a timeout. I'm losing it as well, guys.
No, we love it.
Whoa!
This could not be closer, and that is exactly what you want in an elimination match. Seneca coming to the forefront there with that swing off the hands. But Delhi have lost their 2-point lead. Did anyone see that coming?
You've still got to win these games. That's the tough thing. You can be 2 points up, but it still takes some bravery from there. When you can see the finish line, it doesn't get any easier. Oh, 1-3-3.
Hyping up.
This has been a hair-raising contest. Dr. DG Chaudhary, as always, is unmoved. He's like an icy cool iceberg.
So is Nanda, actually.
He's got his future boss alongside him, his wife-to-be, getting married next month.
I feel like
Rajisha.
it's probably harder for him sitting on the outside than it would be if he were in the match right now.
Saqlain Tariq's father, Mohammad Tariq Khan. Pressure moments these. Don't you blink, don't you go anywhere. Keep that remote aside. A special finish is coming your way. Another point. Rohit comes up with the goods. Was there an ideal set? It doesn't matter. Rohit came up with that winner.
Yeah, the only good thing there was his pass was a little bit off, but it was on enough of an angle towards the front right of the court that opened up a bit of space from the middle. Ended up going off the wing spiker's hands.
Remember, the big final on Thursday night. Our coverage starts at 6:30 p.m. India time. Who's going for it? Ooh! That block would have had Ahmedabad's heart in their mouths, in their heads. But that error level scores once again. That could have easily been match point. Oh! This is pulsating.
Manoj serving, Santosh pipe.
Yeah, this has to go to Santosh surely, or Ponza. He's been relatively quiet. Free ball in.
Chance. Rohit. Blocked. Laser Doric. No one can get to it. Ahmedabad have match point. A wave of belief in the Ahmedabad camp. Their fans are up on their feet. They sniff a big moment coming up. Which way is this going? Well, nail-biting stuff in this eliminator. Where was Anand when you needed him the most? You needed roller skates to reach that one.
Well, we both called it. That had to be a pipe or middle, and instead it went outside to Rohit. A lot of pressure on him.
Just don't hit it into the net. That's fine. Santosh. Saqlain for a Ponza. No, it's for Doric. Scores level. Now you need a 2-point difference. It's no more a race to 15. Remember, Delhi believe again. This is a seesaw battle like none other this season.
Man, Dodic is so clutch. One-on-one, they commit with the middle, but you still got to put that ball away under pressure, and he stays aggressive.
I want to see where that ball hits Shanti John.
And Aponza says set him.
Yeah, if I'm the setter of Delhi right now, all the balls are going to Dodic.
The captain with the serve. Yes, straight to Shanti, Muthusamy. Parangamuthu hits it long. Match point now for Delhi. Or was there a block touch? There was, says the first referee. So then match point again. Not for the faint-hearted. Take a sip of water, everybody. All of you watching us on Sony in India and across the world and volleyball world, take a sip of water. Calm down, relax.
You just feel that those things have gone on the bad way, don't you?
Match point again. Anand, Sakle, Naponza. Scores level again. This is a cat and mouse like none other. This is Tom and Jerry on the volleyball court.
My goodness, that was very close to going Ahmedabad's way. Anand on that first contact, not as clean as he would have liked, but going back to Aponza in the clutch moments, took a lot of guts.
Fair play to Anand for getting the ball into that situation from there. That was an unbelievable pass.
Forget about the skill. It all boils down to who holds their nerve. Court awareness. Mental, emotional equilibrium is what it's all about now. Scores level. Srikanth for the captain. Far set. Angamuthu pushes it. Well done. The captain now once again for Angamuthu. He's been blocked twice. Seneca still in play. Delhi now have a chance. Will this be match point? Yes, it is! That is a Toofani spike from Santosh. That is a Santosh special. That is a slam tosh.
You talk about bravery. Great cover. Seneca's had a rip. Brave as you like. And then Santosh says, come on, I'll have a go as well. In these moments, the cover was there, the level was there, and Santosh finishes it off.
Holding their nerve is an understatement. Delhi putting themselves in a position to take this match after being down. I mean, my heart is just, it's beating out of my chest right now.
Ooh, we're all pumped up. 110, Manoj Nair. That's relatively cool given the circumstances. His team has match point. Now he's pumped up. Just look at him talking. A big pep talk. That's what it's all about now. What is Dragan saying? 155, that's a record breaker. Somebody give him a tranquilizer.
Give him something. A cold towel, a massage, just anything.
Give him something, Amol, cool, will you? Nanda Gopal, Dr. D.G. Chaudhary, the owner of the Ahmedabad Defenders. A big smiles on the faces of the owners of the Delhi Toofans, the newest team in the league. Calicut, first-time finalists. Are we going to see another first-time finalist? Ahmedabad, the defending champions, now face match point. Not the first time in this match. Rohit, big moment. Here we go. Shanti, captain. That was long! Delhi go through! Delhi book a date against Calicut for the big final. This is a Toofani finish from Delhi. They believed, they prevailed, they conquered, and they are through to the finals. It is going to be Calicut versus the Delhi Toofans. Two new teams in the Summit Clash on Thursday night. We haven't seen a finish like this ever in this league. My heart goes out to Ahmedabad. My hats off to the Delhi Toofans for prevailing in the end. How is that for icy cool wins? Ahmedabad will have to come back next season. We will have a new champion.
What a league. 2 points between these two teams. I think there was 2 points between third and fourth out of the Super Fives. This is so close, and the final is going to be an epic one. Two best teams in the league go head to head. Delhi find a way through. And how about Dodic in the clutch moments? How about that swing from Santosh? How about all those little things that just add up to this moment right there? But you have to give the defenders so much credit. They've tried to defend their crown to the best of their ability, and they put their heart and soul into that performance.
Well, a few weeks ago, you may never have called it Delhi, the new kids on the block, but they have been nothing short of spectacular this season. Going on a 7-match winning streak, they've redeemed themselves tonight after that was broken just a few days ago. Here's another look at that match point. It was down to the wire. Muthu trusting Shikhar one more time in the clutch moments, as he has done all match long, but it just didn't pay off. Delhi are in for a world of fun just in a day's time.
And this finish, for me, makes them the hot favorites in the finals. This has been baptism by fire. They've come through a contest that had so many ebbs and flows. They've been tested mentally, emotionally, more than ever before in this season, in what is their first season. That is an absolute humdinger of a final. Back in just a bit with the presentations. Well done, Delhi.
Check, check, 1 2 1 2 check, check, check. नहीं मैं उस मैडम से पूछता हूँ. हाँ चेक चेक चेक
Match number 47, one of the most crucial of them all, the elimination phase, the eliminator between the newest team in the franchise, the Delhi Toofans, and the reigning champions at the Ahmedabad Defenders. It was always going to be a cagey affair because of two teams that knew each other well. The head-to-head was one match apiece through the round robin and the Super Fives. And under all this pressure, there was always going to be big moments and low moments. Max Seneca's had a very good season for the Defenders and started well, but the opening set went the way of the Delhi Toofans. Shanti John playing well, remember, didn't start for this team, but in the absence of Nanda Gopal, he's been an incredible addition from the bench. As the game went on, we knew it was going to be tight. Manoj came into the attack in the absence of Ilya Barao, who's also out injured in what was very tough for Dragan Mihailovic without two of his starters. But the Defenders started to defend, and through Shanti John and co, they took the second set 15-10. And it was going to be Delhi that was going to have to ride some very tough times Aponza was there when the pass was strong, and he was terrific throughout the evening. The defenders in the end took it in the 5th set, 17-15, in what was an incredible match.
Yes, it certainly was an incredible match. And Delhi coming back from looking like they were dead in the water to win 3-2. I'm looking at those blocks. Ahmedabad defenders made it really tough, but the unforced errors on both sides were difficult. We're headed down courtside now. Atish is standing by to give us the presentation.
They may be the newest faces in the league, but boy, did the Delhi Toofans play like old war horses. And now one thing is for certain. We will have a new champion in the 3rd season of the RuPay Prime Volleyball League powered by A23, because the Delhi Toofans have defeated and gazumped the defending champions Ahmedabad defenders and have booked a date with the Calicut heroes for the final 2 days from now. And in the presentation party to my left after this exciting encounter, representing the Delhi Toofans is their owner, Mr. Alok Sanghi, who would be buoyant right now. Representing the Ahmedabad defenders is Mr. Shankar Chaudhary, the co-owner of the team. And representing RuPay is Mr. Suresh Kumar S., Chief Compliance Officer, Indian Bank. The first award is the Game Changer of the Match award, and especially his performance in that 4th and 5th set. It goes to Rohit Kumar. What an inspirational performance there, especially right at the end. Those killer serves proved to be the difference. Our game changer, Rohit Kumar. Rohit, baseline पर जब 5वें सेट में आपको वो बड़े सर्व मारने थे, आपके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा था? इतना कॉन्फिडेंस कहाँ से आया उस पल पर?
कॉन्फिडेंस तो हम प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं इस चीज़ की. हमारे कोचेज है जो पूरा इस चीज़ पे थोड़ा कॉन्सेंट्रेट कर रहे हैं कि सर्विस अच्छे से डालना है. तो बस दिमाग में वही था जो प्रैक्टिस किया था जिस चीज़ का, बस वही करना है. इसलिए इसी चीज़ से कॉन्फिडेंस आया था.
आप बन गए फर्क, आप बन गए गेम चेंजर. आपकी वजह से, उस तेज तरह सर्व्स की वजह से, रोहित कुमार द गेम चेंजर ऑफ द मैच. Up next, the big award, the RuPay Player of the Match award. This will be presented by Mr. Suresh Kumar S., the Chief Compliance Officer for Indian Bank. And it goes to the laser from the Delhi Toofans, Lazar Dodic, because he was on target time and again today. There was a moment in which Daniel Aponza pointed towards Lazar Dodic, telling Saklain Tariq, feed the ball to him, he'll win it. He's also awarded the RuPay on-the-go watch to experience hassle-free payments. And he also gets to sign the match ball. Lazar Dodic, the player of the match. The number of times he signed. Just one question for you, Lazar. The team was facing difficulty, especially Santosh. How did all of you bring your game up and level up so that you could turn things around?
We are in this together, so if one player is going down, we are doing everything in our power to lift him up, to cheer him up, to bring his morale back. We succeeded today. I'm very happy that he, after some difficulties, he managed to perform in his style.
Well, congratulations. You also managed to perform with style. The player of the match for today is Lazar Dodic. Inspirational, instrumental with all that attacking prowess. But Lazar wouldn't have gotten the points had the captain not been on the court. If I could just invite the captain of the Delhi Toofans, Saklain Tariq, who's wearing Sean T. John's jersey, as I see. Saklain, खुश तो बड़े होंगे आप. नई टीम, पहला सीजन, सीधा फाइनल की टिकट. वाह.
थैंक यू सो मच पहले तो सबको. जितने भी सपोर्टर्स यहाँ पे आए हैं उनका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया है, क्योंकि विदाउट उनके बिना हम कुछ भी नहीं थे. जो उन्होंने सपोर्ट हमें बाहर से करी है वो बहुत ही हमें मोटिवेट करती है, और हम आगे भी चाहेंगे जितने भी चेन्नई में स्पोर्ट्स हैं वॉलीबॉल के, प्लीज़ आएँ और हमें सपोर्ट करें. और हाँ, बहुत ज़्यादा खुशी है क्योंकि ये जो टूर्नामेंट अभी चल रहा है, ये जो लीग अभी चल रही है, ये ना कि इंडिया में पूरे वर्ल्ड में देखी जा रही है. तो हम मतलब एज ए फेम अगर आप बोलें तो हमें बहुत अच्छा एक प्लेबैक ऑप्शन मिल रहा है और फेम मिल रहा है, तो ये हमारे लिए बहुत अच्छी बात है. और हाँ, हमारी टीम और हम बहुत खुश हैं.
Leading from the front, as always, Saklain Tariq, the captain, very, very happy, of course, and also had a moment to share the jersey. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is not the end of the presentation because we had an esteemed guest in our midst. We showed her during the match as well, Miss Salome Ramu, who's a former captain of the Indian women's volleyball team and also gold medalist for the SAF Games. Thank you so much, ma'am. She's going to be felicitated by MS Balaji Prabhu for a contribution to Indian volleyball. She's also captain India, but not only that, the Kerala state team and Indian Railways as well. What a day. What a day for the Delhi Toofans, who are going to continue celebrating into the night and get ready for the final for the Calicut Heroes and Delhi Toofans soon.
The date is set between the Calicut Heroes and the Delhi Toofans, thanks to that man's histrionics, his fireworks, his pyrotechnics. He took a while to get going, the Serbian sniper, but once he did, he had a number on the Ahmedabad defenders and put on a show that took Delhi to the summit clash. Laser Dodic, whether it was from the right or the left, was galvanized by his teammates. He knew what his presence meant on court, went past the blocks of the Ahmedabad defenders. And that sets up a mega contest. The winner takes it all. Two teams in the finals for the first time. We will have a brand new champion. This is the summit clash. This is the magnum opus between the Calicut Heroes and the Delhi Toofans. The big final coming up. Our coverage starts at 6:30 p.m. Don't you miss it. We'll see you then. For now, enjoy the Nippon Paint colourful moments of the night.